it's Annette Green here. It is week 33 of 2024, and every week I do a craft or craft related video. And this week I'm going to make a little quick, hopefully, mini baby album. Now you might recall in one of my previous videos I made this one. I have a tutorial for this. I've made it in several different styles with different paper. And yes, I could make this one again. And the reason why I'm not using this one to gift to the person that I want to gift it to is because they had a boy, and I really feel like this would be better suited for a baby girl. Not to go all gender hard on us here, but I really do feel like this is far more feminine than you would put pictures of a baby boy. Every page has flowers. It's this beautiful evening rose collection from Elizabeth Craft Designs. It's gorgeous, but I'm just going to have to hold on to it for a baby girl gift. So I was having another thought, and I need it to be faster and simpler than this one. So here's what I came up with. You can see I've got my Cinch machine out. I've got some coils here. And I went through my stash of papers, and this is rather old, but it's still super cute. I'm glad I bought it. This is from Close to My Heart. It's called Georgie, and it's very, it's not so like hardcore boy or girl. It's very gender neutral, and it's got the sweetest colors and images and small prints that I think will be perfect for my little idea I'm having here. And of course the paper comes with some cardstock that coordinates, so I'll be using that. But I wanted to incorporate some Elizabeth Craft Designs stamps and dies. And the main thing is, and I've been thinking this ever since this die came out, look at this baby bottle die. This is from 2142 Large Envelope Pocket Planner Page Set. It's a big die. This is the whole thing right here. This fits into the full-size planner from Elizabeth Craft Designs. It's like a big envelope where you can tuck stuff in. But really, I just want to focus on that little baby bottle. There's some diaper pins here, some little feet, a little pocket, and parts that go with the baby bottle. So that's what I'm thinking I want to make the album out of. Every page will be that baby bottle shape, and then I will have a little extender so we can do the coils to bind it. I grabbed this other set, 2146, the Pocket Page Fillers 2, also from Elizabeth Craft Designs, because there's hearts. I don't know if I'll use the hearts or not. There's little tags. These tags might fit really nicely into that one pocket, I think. Yes, so. And then these are like little candy hearts. I just thought this might work out. We'll see. So I grabbed that, and then I also have the stamp set CS355 Favorite Humans. It has things like baby life, girls, baby, boys, welcome to the world, sweet dreams, yeah baby, sweet little face, and then it has these little, can you see it with the glare? Sorry. These little kids. Now they're not babies, they're little kids, but you know, I might be able to use those. Really cute. So I have that at the ready, and I just need to get a plan together. The last thing that I grabbed was the 1915 large numbers die set. I don't think they're going to be too big. We'll see how it works out, but I wanted to have this sort of be the first year of the baby's life kind of booklet, little tiny album. So each of these numbers would represent the months. So we'll see if they fit, we'll see if they work. Always everything that I'm using, minus the Close to My Heart paper, because I'm sure that it's probably not in circulation anymore, and Close to My Heart is not in business anymore. But I will link all the Elizabeth Craft Designs products and anything else that I'm using here today below. Let's see, this is, I'm just showing you what I've selected here. This is the Cinch coil pack. This is, they call them binding wires in blue, and they're 5/8 inch around, so it's not going to be a really thick chunky album. It's going to be kind of small, and inside of this are these two different shades of blue, and both of them honestly work pretty nicely. This is kind of a lighter like sky blue, and this is more of a teal blue, which both of those colors are kind of happening here. I'm leaning toward using the teal though. And any Cinch machine will do. I just happen to have my old one here from a long time now. This is the We Are Memory Keepers Cinch, the Heidi Swap one. The holes are square rather than round, but it really doesn't matter. All right, the first thing I did was I tested a piece of cardstock to the measure that I think that I want to have my little extender over here on the baby bottles, each page. And I came up with 2.5 inches for the height of this piece. And I tested it out, just punched 4 holes, and that's going to work out perfectly. So any kind of a binder extension that I have will have to be at least the 2.5 inches tall. All right, I have decided to use this nice kind of gray color of cardstock. This is Whisper from Close to My Heart. And I'm going to cut some strips at 2.5. 2.5, so we're going to make this 5. And we're going to score this in half at 2.5. So there's a little bit of waste, but I can always use these little bits of gray on accents on the page. So now I have just enough here to get that into the cinch, and then I can trim it after. So I'll do that really quick off to the side here. And the whole reason why I'm folding a piece in half is just to make sure this is sturdy. If we just did a single layer thickness, I don't think that would hold up very well. But by folding it, we have this nice neat edge and like a double thick piece of cardstock, which makes it super sturdy. And so now we can trim this to whatever measure we want. And I said 1 inch earlier. I think I'm going to go 1 1/4 just to have a little extra. We'll see how that looks. I don't want it to be too bulky under there. So we do have this little bit of waste, but I could use this to cut out some of those numbers if I wanted to. So again, this would be 2.5 by 5, which that second one is. That's perfect. And then scored at 2.5, of course. So I'll do that, and I think I'm going to do 6 pages in my little book. And if we need more, we can always do more. Alrighty, I ended up cutting 8, so I have 6 for my pages, and then I have a front cover and a back cover. So there they all are trimmed out. They all line up perfectly, and they're ready to go. All right, so I'm just starting to cut out a bunch of these. They're going to be sandwiched together, so you can't see both sides, of course, so we will have to sandwich them together, and I'm even going to put a cardstock layer in between just to make sure these pages are really strong instead of paper thin. But something to notice with a lot of papers is that they add this cute little zip strip, as I'll call it, which could be a really fun border. So you don't have to go to extra dies or stamps for borders because a lot of those are built in. So I just cut that off of this sheet so I don't cut into it, and then I can use it later. Okay, I've got all my little pages cut out. There's a cardstock white one in between all the papers that I've selected. I have 8 total, and I went ahead and made myself a template now for the next step. And I just cut this out of some other cardstock, and I determined where that 2.5 inches is going to be, so it's always in the same place on every page. And then I took my little tabbies here and I marked a pencil line at 9/16 over from the folded edge over here. So now each time I go to put pages together, and even better, I'm going to use this template as my little guide on this step, and then that way I know exactly where this is going to land using those pencil marks as a guide. So I'm just using liquid glue because I know I can slide this into place. And I did that with the papers on the back of this piece. So just want to make sure that's squared up. Now, we don't necessarily have to use the template every time because now we can just stack page on top of page. But that's just an option that you have. So I'm going to get this will be my cover, I think. I'll get this one on next. I just try to get the glue all the way kind of close to that edge, just so we don't have any seams or openings when it's glued together. Okay, looks good. Okay, I'll continue on with all my pages. Okay, I have all my little pages ready. Everything lines up super nice, looks cute. You could decorate the pages before you do the binding, but I don't want to have to keep track of what page is what, so I'm just going to bind it first, and this decorating inside will be very simple anyway. So I do know that with the cinch, if you want to hide the coil, the raw edge of the coil, then you take your back page around to the front before you do your cinching. Get all your coils in there or your wire, and then make sure you set your cinch to the 5/8, and we'll cinch that down, and then this will come around, and it's very, very neat. All right, now that we know how to assemble and create this simple little album, I'm going to take a few moments to decorate it and get it all put together, and then I will come back and show it to you all finished. All right, my little album is done. Very simple, very clean. I did end up changing out those numbers. They were way too large, so instead I went to the Planner Essentials 37 stitched letters and numbers die, which I've used quite a lot in the past, and made a little pocket on the inside here. Used some of the dies in that set to cut out the little feet. Use some of the borders here. Every one of the numbers on the pages has a little white drop shadow to them. So I didn't put any photo mats because I feel like this is a young family. I know that not a lot of younger people take a bunch of pictures or actually print them out. And I didn't want to give them any photo mats, so they had to print the photos a very specific size. So I just left it kind of plain and simple and clean for now. I moved the numbers up and down so there wasn't like a lot of bulk at the top as you flip through. There's another tag in the back pocket here. You are cute, little heart there. And there it is. And then, of course, the baby's name is Augie, which I think is super sweet. Used one of those little clothespins, safety pins on the front, and stamped out "Welcome to the World." So now she has a very sweet little album for Augie. And with the leftover papers, I made a really sweet, simple, clean card. Just a simple A2 card here with some of the leftover papers. This alphabet here is from my classic alphabet for Elizabeth Craft Designs. So that fit there just perfectly and looks super sweet. And now I have a nice little gift for our friends. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you liked it, and I will see you next week in the next crafty video.